People of Seoul, I come to you today from the countryside. All around the world, we have an exodus from small villages like mine into large cities like here in Seoul. In the Seoul capital area, 50% of this country's population live. The countryside is dying, and with it dies the farm and your food. This is not my farm, by the way, but this farm is in my village. This farm is like most farms in Korea. If you ate strawberries this year, they might have come from this farm. This farm struggles for several reasons. Let's talk more about strawberries. If it's January and you buy some at the supermarket, you might pay $12 a kilogram. But the farmer is getting half of that. Most of the profit is going to the supermarket, even though the farmer is creating the value. I also want to talk about the small profit margin here for the farmer. That gold is labor. For a farm, labor is volatile and expensive, especially in the countryside. We think we have a solution here at Cloudberry Farm. That's right, this is not a typo. At the farm, we are more expensive than the supermarket. You would pay $17 for a kilogram of strawberries. Now, of course, this helps our profit margin for the farms, but we feel that connecting people inside to the farm helps get a better value proposition. Also, the problem of labor expense I talked about, we've solved that problem. We're spending our money on extra things like food for you to eat and cooking supplies when you experience the farm. Let's go through an experience at the farm. As I mentioned, you'll pay about $17 per person. They'll spend 1 to 2 hours in the farm, and this is really great for a farmer. We get about 40 to 60% gross margin on the business side. For that family, you're going to spend some time eating in a farm space. You're going to move into a classroom here to do a great cooking class with a native English-speaking teacher. And finally, I want to mention some of these adjacent buildings in my villages and all around the country. They're vacant. We think we can monetize those in a format very similar to Airbnb. We've been using this business model for 4 years. Let's talk about the traction we've got. Our first year, 800 people, they really helped us craft a new program because last year, 15,000. This year, I think we'll do 20,000 very easily. From the corporation side, we've got a variety of certifications from the government. These things help us get more customers from public institutions like schools. We signed our first MOU this year with an agricultural university. They're going to send their university interns into the farm for education, and in turn, they will teach the families visiting. Finally, the Korea Credit Guarantee Fund, KODIT, awarded us $500,000 in funding. I am so happy that a public institution believes in us to use taxpayer money to help support us. You might see that 20,000 number and say, why are so many people visiting the farm? They're happy. We'll get to the strawberry in a second, but first let's look at that mother. When a mother visits the farm, she can, of course, eat fruit. She can pick the fruit. She can spend time with her kid in nature, and she can also spend time with my farming teacher. His name's Peter, by the way. Peter is the secret sauce which makes Cloudberry Farm experiences so unique. Over the last 2 years, I have met some great teachers at the farm, and they are happy too. They're part of a new generation of working holiday people. They're not interested in the money. They want a longer experience in this country and a more enriching experience. We also have people from agricultural universities, domestic and abroad, coming in to help solve that labor issue. I want to talk a bit about the competition. That farm I showed you at the beginning, that's not our competition. If a farm invites people in, they're focusing on small groups like kindergartens. We're focusing on 2 market segments and combining them. One, the $5 billion education industry in this country. Another, the $60 billion entertainment industry. There's an amusement park down the road from my farm, 700,000 people a year. That's my competition. My team has spent the last 4 years working on this. Why combine agriculture and education? That's our background. My CEO, more than 10 years in farming. My COO, 19 years in private education. They feel that by combining these 2 mature industries, we can get a new product. We're seeking a Series A investor for $2 million. We want to build a new idea of a cave farm. It's going to have glass greenhouse, cooking spaces. These are things our customers want, but it's things farmers want as well because they want to franchise. We're also going to be implementing a marketing program over the next 18 months. We did 15,000 people last year. We did not advertise. Imagine what we can do with help from companies like Samsung and more. If you're interested in being a lead VC or angel investor, you can contact my CEO or myself. We look forward to meeting someone to help us grow happiness. Thank you.